to love this story. Wait till you meet this sweet little boy. He is adorable. You know, this challenge has been trending on social media for about a week now, and a handful of people have caught on. It's great.
You ready for the first cut?
Yep.
Has Dad done this before?
Yep.
7-year-old Xavier Diaz's dad is getting him suited up for an at-home haircut.
Mom and Dad were talking about how me and my brothers needed a haircut. And since all the barbershops are closed, my dad said he would do it. He told them, why don't you donate the money that you'd save to a charity?
Xavier, who takes karate at Leadership Martial Arts in Southington, took that idea to his martial arts instructor, Rick Griffin, to help local businesses in their own community. Many families are in need of help because of the coronavirus pandemic. Now they're challenging others.
We're challenging everyone, kind of like the Ice Bucket Challenge. You know what? They did such a great job of raising so much awareness and funds for local charities.
It is called Cuts for Corona. The money you would spend at a barber shop or at the hairdresser, take that money and donate it to a local business. The duo even made this Facebook video.
Charity. And then the challenge is to get the first cut on camera. So the first cut from mom or dad or a loved one on camera, and then to challenge 3 other people that you want to take the challenge.
And here goes Xavier getting that first cut by dad.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. I think that's a good look.
They donated money to Bread for Life, a Southington organization that feeds families in need.
It's helping a lot of people.
About 10 people have completed the challenge, and they hope more will catch on.
Whatever they can do, we know it's a tough time right now, so whatever they can do comfortably, $10, $15, $20 is all great.
And buying a gift card from your local barbershop or your hairdresser is also another option. A good Friday, or good story, I should say, for this Friday evening. All right, we are
One
live.
organization is about to get a big donation to help the Lowcountry, all because of one young man with some soap and a bucket. Lowcountry reporter Kristen Rary has the story.
Residents on Hilton Head have been giving back and getting something because an 11-year-old boy has decided to donate his time and raise money for a good cause.
So I started a business by washing cars to raise money to buy biscuits for the emergency room from Bad Biscuit. So I wanted to help them because they're helping so many other people during this pandemic. I think this was called.
Ricky is raising money for one of our really wonderful charities, Deep Well.
Everybody's been very generous. They love getting their cars washed and they want to help.
Ricky Klippel's donation-based car washing has already given back to first responders. Now he's donating money to Deep Well to help families wipe away their worries during this pandemic.
So we started off by feeding the emergency room. So we have a couple of friends that work there, and we brought them breakfast one morning. And then that led into feeding the fire department. So I think we fed a total of 60 firemen. And then we decided to switch gears and let's concentrate on Deep Well.
It's really nice because you're helping others when they need it the most. And with the rest of the money, we're going to donate it to Deep Well.
The 11-year-old was inspired by others.
I've been watching the news with my mom lately, and I've seen people helping other people.
To see these young people be touched by watching others give is just, I think it is just an incredible testimony to our youth.
The 6th grader is balancing his time to get the work done.
In the morning, I wake up and just get schoolwork done, and then later on in the day, we go wash cars.
To raise money and do one other special thing.
I like helping others, but I also like hanging out with my mom a bunch because she has to work a bunch in the summer.
So far, Ricky has washed 40 cars. The work is paying off.
I think by the time we give our donation on Monday, we'll probably be just over $1,000.
He says since he is becoming such an expert, he may have a new summer job. On Hilton Head, Kristen Rary.
Some young mother with 4 children to ventilator.
I spoke to a woman from Pittsburgh who is 65 years old. She is retired. She worked as a nurse for many years, and she says she has underlying medical conditions. And so her concern really was if she gets sick, which she is not, but if she gets sick, she wanted to make sure that she didn't take a ventilator from someone who really would need it. She wanted to put in her living will and let her power of attorney know that she did not want a ventilator if she becomes sick. She wanted that ventilator to be available for other people.
Common sense wise, it tells me that our medical professionals are going to have to make some very hard decisions, choosing who gets the ventilators and who does not.
Well, I absolutely think that Darlene's time as a nurse influenced her decision. She was very concerned about those still working in hospitals. She wanted to make sure that they had everything they need, and she has experience dealing with patients, and she knows there are people that need things more than other people. And I think that definitely weighed on her, and that's why she made the choice she did. And she did speak with her family members ahead of time to make sure they were okay with her choice. I guess she did feel
Stockton Mayor Michael Tubbs joining us now live this morning via Skype or Zoom, whatever it is this morning. Thank you so much for taking the time, Mayor. I appreciate it. I loved your tweet yesterday. You're pretty excited about this.
Absolutely. I think for everyone who's concerned with flattening the curve, but also want to lessen anxiety about whether they have COVID-19, having free drive-ups testing at mass is a big win for Stockton in the county.
That said, we can't all just go flood Stockton to get tested. So walk us through the process of what you need people to do.
Absolutely not. So first things first, you have to go to the Verily website or Project Baseline website and enter in your symptoms and some of your demographic information, because we know that testing is at limited capacity nationwide. We want to make sure that those who need to test the most have access to that. So then once you fill in your symptoms, Verily will make an appointment for you when you go down to San Joaquin General Hospital and you get to do a drive-through test. This is huge for San Joaquin County because before we were only doing hundreds of tests a week. And with Verily and Project Baseline, we'll be able to do hundreds of tests a day, which will again allow us to continue the strides we're making to keep everyone safe and flatten the curve.
That is good news. And Stockton, one of 5 cities in California to get this latest drive-through option. How did that come about?
Today, San Joaquin County will be opening up a free drive-up coronavirus testing site.
It is one of 5 testing sites that are part of a partnership between the state and Verily's Project Baseline. Stockton Mayor Michael Tubbs joining us now live this morning via Skype or Zoom, whatever it is this morning. Thank you so much for taking the time, Mayor. I appreciate it. I loved your tweet yesterday. You're pretty excited about this.
Absolutely. I think for everyone who's concerned with flattening the curve, but also want to lessen anxiety about whether they have COVID-19, having free drive-ups testing at mass is a big win for Stockton in the county.
That said, we can't all just go flood Stockton to get tested. So walk us through the process of what you need people to do.
Absolutely not. So first things first, you have to go to the Verily website or Project Baseline website and enter in your symptoms and some of your demographic information, because we know that testing is at limited capacity nationwide. We want to make sure that those who need to test the most have access to that. So then once you fill in your symptoms, Verily will make an appointment for you when you go down to San Joaquin General Hospital and you get to do a drive-through test. This is huge for San Joaquin County because before we were only doing hundreds of tests a week. And with Verily and Project Baseline, we'll be able to do hundreds of tests a day, which will again allow us to continue the strides we're making to keep everyone safe and flatten the curve.
That is good news. And Stockton, one of 5 cities in California to get this latest drive-through option. How did that come about?
It took a lot of hustle.
I love it.
That's all you do is hustle.
Literally all I do every day, I'm hustling. So I reached out to the governor's office and to the Project Verily team and just talked about how, given the high rates of asthma and diabetes and populations over 65 and poverty, that Stockton and San Joaquin County had the potential to become ground zero if we didn't have some quick interventions.
Yeah.
So they agreed to kind of make Stockton and San Joaquin County the 5th site, and then our local city Office of Emergency Services reached out to our county Office of Emergency Services, and they've worked together to identify a site, and in the span of about 10 days, the site is up and open. So everyone knows that government moves incredibly slow, so I want to thank our fire department, our OES, our city manager, and also the county emergency services department, our public health officer, and staff on my team who have worked incredibly hard to get this up and going for Stockton and San Joaquin County.
Well, you got to hustle, as you put it. They've all got to hustle. Let me ask you, how are you doing? A couple weeks into this, where are you personally?
I am like most people. I'm a little bit tired. I think I am very heartened by the fact that our community has responded with sort of the level of seriousness, but also unity that's required to navigate through this. So I'm heartened every day with stories of like our Sikh temple giving food to seniors, or Oasis Church giving out 60,000 pounds of food every week, or the partnership we just announced with Alice Waters to provide 2 tons of food weekly to our food bank. I love the work the council has done. We've allocated over $1 million to a COVID response fund. We're helping our shelters. We're working together with the county. So on that side, things are good.
Everybody coming together. What do you miss about life before all of this?
Well, I miss kind of being able to see my friends outside of Skype and Zoom. But I have a 5-month-old now, so it's been great. My wife may not agree with the volume of time I'm home, but I think it's been great to be home with my wife and 5-month-old as we come together as a family and really support each other as we all navigate through this.
Absolutely.
Gotta find those positives.
Thank you so much. Thanks for staying so positive. Thanks for the hustle.